shit.
By the way, this episode is brought to you by Diet Henny.
What's going on, everybody? I'm Aliyah.
It's Brother Bang.
And I'm Reese, and we are
Unrecognized Real.
Check it.
What's
check
the
it.
deal?
You always gotta try.
I'm trying to try something new, man. Like, I don't know. I keep forgetting to say on pay-per-view Reese. It's just, I don't even know, man. But we are here in the studio yet again. Fucking late as hell.
I know.
Some of the people was late, that's all I'm gonna say. I ain't gonna say no names. But people who was late, but we are here. How are y'all doing? We can't even say how was y'all week, cause I just seen y'all a couple days ago.
Right.
Fuck it, get right into it.
Just started.
I mean, how was y'all a couple days? I don't know. Something might have happened. Like,
No rest.
I was at work all weekend. I did 2 doubles back to back.
damn, yeah, money, huh?
I'm trying.
I did the same. I went to work. I went back to work too. It was horrible. It was shitty. And it's crazy because I really ain't do nothing because like shit was down. So, but it still was shitty just being there. Like, yo, I really hate working. Like, it's not for me.
I was fishing for the aunties all weekend.
What?
Like,
Where do you go?
catching
Where do you
it? You
get?
catching
You know, I was about to ask, like, yo, what's I was about to ask niggas, what's their go-to line in the DMs? Like, what's your
Wait, you fish for aunties in the DMs?
That's where you fish for your aunties at? Where do you fish for your aunties
No, but I seen a couple of aunties online.
I mean, I guess it's aunties
people
on
like,
there, yeah.
People was
It's
posting,
definitely aunties on
it's
there.
my aunt's birthday, happy birthday. Oh yeah, you added her
There's
too.
definitely some aunties on there. But I don't know if you gonna. I'll go to DMs to look for.
I go right to the
aunties,
DMs. Like,
Yeah.
how you doing, baby?
I told you I never.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I told you I never. I don't got internet, G. Like, I got internet. I don't know how to slide in DMs. Like, I don't know what to even say. Like. It'd probably be awkward as hell. Like, hey, like, or I'm sitting there.
With 4 wives, you gotta say, hey, with 4 wives.
She gonna think I'm gay.
So I was about to say no.
Yeah. Nah, I think I don't know. I really don't know. I need a coach, like a DM coach. They're like, yo, is it a class I can take? You know what I'm saying? Like, I really don't know what to say. Like, I mean, what niggas be saying in your DMs?
Oh,
like,
I need to hear this.
you should read the DMs. Like, you should read the DMs, like anonymously. Like,
Wait, what was something that somebody said? I was like, what the fuck is he talking about? He just came out of nowhere. He was
Some
like,
poetic shit.
It wasn't even like no poetic shit. He was like, he sounded like he was talking like back from like 1942. Are you spoken for?
My uncle came to you into what you saying.
I was like, about what?
Somebody fucking uncle, somebody drunk uncle.
Nigga, I don't need nobody to talk for me. I'm all dumb.
are you spoken for?
That is some 1940 shit.
I was like, I ain't even respond back.
What, did it work? Oh, you said it didn't work.
I didn't respond.
So you ever had somebody come in your DM that actually had some fly shit to say? Like,
It was probably like one time, but it be the corniest people with the flyest shit to say. Like, yo, I'm not.
damn, like, then you ever had somebody come in your DM?
Yeah, I have people come my DM, but they always try. They just start a conversation. Like they start a conversation, but then you can tell how the conversation going that they try and bag you, but because they're female, they don't want to admit that they try and bag you.
Right.
But
Shit, that's how females shoot they shots.
That's how they shoot they shot. That's cool.
I guess, like,
you know what I mean.
guess.
But I heard some crazy stories though. I ain't gonna hold you. Girls say niggas send DPs from the tier.
No,
like,
real
from
shit.
From the parking lot?
From the gunny bus, my nigga. DP wham. What it is?
Wow,
Like,
that's wild. First of all, I feel like DPs over the internet shouldn't even be a thing anymore. Like, let's just get that out of the way. Like, yo, this is not it, bro. Y'all are going to jail. Like, I told you, I believe in, you know how they got the whole, what's this shit called? Like, the whole thing where they, like, busting all the people, all the creep nasty dudes.
They doing what?
Me Too movement. Them, like, they locking all of them up, right? So I feel like in like 10 years from now, they're going to be coming for regular niggas that was doing unsolicited DPs. Like, I feel like it's going to be some type of movement where it's like, yeah, he socially raped me too. Like, on the like, this is, yeah, y'all going to jail, but I don't know. But yeah, I need some advice, like, for the DM. I mean, I ain't searching for shit in the DM. I don't need no advice. But it would be funny to, like, I had a woman approach me in the DM, and, like Ben said, like, if it was a situation where, like, first of all, I probably wasn't interested, so it's just like, I feel like it's always weird when somebody come to you because they want you, but they want you to. They want to make sure they want me to chase them, but you want me. Like, bro, like what? Like
it's not necessarily chase. It's just to see if you actually interested. See if you're gonna bite the bait. Basically.
It's not, because if somebody respond, I feel like that's enough.
That's enough.
Yeah,
that's enough.
Because
you shot your shot.
I ignored it. Yeah,
listen, you know what I'm here for. Don't.
So go into it.
Act like you know what you're here for. Act like you know what you're here for.
That's like going to McDonald's and expecting them to pay you to get the food.
Right.
Like,
or expecting them to guess what you want. Like, hey,
bro,
can I help you? You know what I'm here for. No, I don't.
It's to see if you want to flirt back. To see what you want to do
you
back.
probably would. You would flirt back, but that's like, all right, now you got to keep going.
No, I already did my part. Now you gotta just like finish it up.
Like I said, if it's a situation that I wasn't really interested in, it's just like that shit ain't going nowhere.
Wait, so what if a shorty just like DM'd her number?
I'm not calling her. Like, her G ass. Like, if it's somebody I ain't into, like, come on, like, hi, hello. I would think she a scammer.
No,
Like,
she like a bitch.
I would think she a scammer, bro.
Like a bitch. I might have called her like, hey, it's such and such.
That's like, nah.
She ain't get no name, no number, nothing. She just do her straight phone number and then call.
Yeah.
Nah, this is a scammer. I'm not.
It's a scammer.
I ain't falling for it. Like,
she gonna hit you with Alicia Keys, yeah. You come here all the time. You post all the time.
That's just wild. Anyway, like the number thing don't even come out like right away. Like you really gotta like engage in conversation. I mean, at least that's how I feel. You gotta engage in some type of conversation. Be like, hey, is it cool if I give you my number or da da da? Like hit me up. Like, oh, I don't be on here a lot. That's what females say. Oh, I don't be on here all the time. So
not for us.
You can text me though. Like,
right.
Okay. Like, all right. Like. It'd be like again, that'd be the situation of a female that entered my DM without, I didn't come for her, she came for me. Like all right, like
almost went there.
I just feel like I don't know, but how we even get to that anyway? Like you go down in the fucking DM.
Go down in the DM.
But my weekend, which y'all didn't ask about, but yeah, my weekend was I worked, but also I really started to dabble into, over the past few months I started dabbling into this cryptocurrency, right? With stock and shit. And a few weeks ago, I ran into this kid, right? He's in the military with me, right? He's in the Army. Talking to him, little Asian dude. Not that matters, but I'm talking to him. He showed me, his portfolio, his stock portfolio. He opened it up, whatever. He's like, yeah, man, I'm a small investor. I don't really do much. He showed me his portfolio, and this motherfucker got $500,000, damn near $500,000 and shit. And I'm like, so you mean you don't do much? Like, but the one thing that stood out to me was he put a lot of money into Dogecoin, right? Now, prior to this, I was already investing in Dogecoin, but I probably was like $50 in, right? Like $50 in, right? So, but I got in on it when it was like 4 cents a share. Okay. So I don't know, whoever want to do that math, whatever, how many shares, I had a lot of shares, right, from the initial $50. So at this point, it's probably at like 20 something cents, right? So I was investing in like a bunch of other fucking things, Apple, Netflix, because I was reading up and watching people, they would say like if you spend money on that service, you might as well just invest in it as well. But I invest like a little bit of bread, like $10 here, $20 here, and with those type of stock, it don't matter because you're not even getting like full, you getting like percentage of shares or whatever, so you ain't really make that much money from them. So what I ended up doing was I ended up selling everything I had already and then bought more Dogecoin. Okay. So all my shit is in one place, so I could like fucking lose all the shit if the shit decide to go down. But lately, I mean, it's only at a couple, what was it, like 40 cents right now, 40 something cents right now, and I already made $600. So, and I already tripled I made more than 600 actually. I've tripled my money that I put in. Okay. So it's already like, and again, like it's not even, I'm not a fucking, like a stockbroker, or I'm not professional, but I will say, if you already spend money on bullshit, like you go out and you fucking spend $100 plus every time you go out to eat. Like you like going to bars and spend all your money on liquor. You like smoking. You spend your money on weed. If you gamble, any type of fucking gambling, if it's the lottery or you like sports betting, then you can afford to invest in stock. And trust me, you're gonna love yourself in the end, like, because at least, well, all the other shit, that's like money spent. With this, you got a chance to, to gain it back and then some. So if you haven't already, definitely try to invest into stock. More importantly, try to invest into cryptocurrency because the shit is going up. Like if y'all, I don't know if y'all pay attention to the Bitcoin, but it took Bitcoin, I think 6 years before it started really taking off, like booming. And
well, not necessarily. It was always booming, but see the thing about Bitcoin is the perfect currency. And anybody know that they explain to you. So the guy that created Bitcoin, he never identified himself. Nobody know who they is. They just know that it's a mail from a certain place. That's the only thing he said about himself. What he created is literally perfect math. So it's only enough Bitcoin in the world. Like, you understand what I'm saying? That's why it's so hard to get a full Bitcoin. That's why the price of it go up.
Well, it's so hard because there's so much money invested in it.
Right, so much money now.
The more money,
the biggest companies out there, they buying up as much Bitcoin as possible. But Bitcoin was created to level out like the currency of the world. Like, you know what I mean? Right. It was basically a perfect recipe. And it's being kind of like exposed a little bit. Well, I don't want to say exploited a little bit now. Like, but it's still crazy. But like, just that whole concept, like cryptocurrency, all the way is taking off. Just like you said, like when you bought it was like 4 cents a share. When people bought Bitcoin, like a lot of people was buying Bitcoin early on, and they never thought. You know what I mean? A lot of them became millionaires within like a couple of years and never thought that it would take off.
That's what a lot of stocks is about. Like if you get in while the shit is low, and then years later and this shit boom up, you like, damn, I done made all this money and all I did was just sit on the bread that I spent. And that's what I'm saying. When I first learned about, even when I first heard about Dogecoin, like it was 2019. When I first heard about it, and I didn't invest into it until last year, and then all of this what they call it, the meme fucking the meme stock or whatever, when GameStop and all of them and AMC and Dogecoin, they all was booming because of that whole Reddit thing, and then that's when I really paid. I was like, oh shit, you know what? I put money into that. And I went to go check, and I'm like, damn, like my little $50 had went up. Like, oh, all right, I make a little bit. Like, go ahead, let me go spend some more. So over the time, I've been spending, putting more money into it. But even then, when I first checked it out, I was like, oh shit, like damn, this shit went up. I probably spent like another $25 on there. Mm-hmm. Like I really didn't know the power of just buying stock until I spoke to this young boy who, like, I've read and I've seen videos on it, but I never really. Like we talked about this shit on the last podcast. When something is tangible, like in front of you, it's way different from you. It's when it's just an idea that somebody's speaking to you. Like it's like, all right, you could tell me like, yo, the sky is blue. I'm thinking like, yeah, the sky is blue. All right, whatever. But then when I get out and see the sky is blue as a motherfucker, now I'm a believer. Like now I'm like, oh shit, like the sky is fucking blue. And that's really what it was. Like I've known about it, and then once I see this young boy that ain't really, he probably all of 23 years old. And he like, yo, he kind of socially awkward, and he showed me his fucking stock portfolio, and most of his money was in Bitcoin. I'm like, yo, fuck it, I'm about to just go all in. Like, I'm not telling y'all to put all your money into Bitcoin, but what I'm saying is y'all should get down on any fucking stock you can, like that looks, do your diligence, do your due diligence, and do your research.
Well, yeah, I'm about to say, do your research. Don't just get into any stock. Because like the stock market is very risky and it is a gamble. But if you do it correctly and you do your research, you can be successful.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Just look at it as money spent. Money spent. That's all. If you look at it as money spent, you ain't gonna worry about it. Sit on that shit for a few years and then boom. The crazy part about it is talking about going back to Bitcoin, like. It was people that, when it had its first jump, right, to like $100+ those people, they sold. Mm-hmm. Now, right now, currently, Bitcoin sit at like 56,000 right now, a share. So, I don't know, y'all can do the math all you want. That whatever that person missed out on a lot of fucking money by selling this shit. Yeah. So, but however, they didn't know. They didn't know what we was gonna do. So right now we don't know what Dogecoin to do. Actually, Elon Musk is supposed to address it on Saturday Night Live. He's one of the people who spoke about Dogecoin early on. So hopefully he get in there and say some shit and the shit go up more. Exactly. Because look, I'm in here. All I know is I just need this shit to reach. Like right now, like I said, Bitcoin, which is extreme, but Bitcoin is at 56,000, right?
Yep.
I just need this shit to reach $10 a share. If it reaches $10 a share, I'm up. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm up. If it reaches $10 a share,
because it's not even at $1.
but if it reach, hopefully, I want it to reach like at least like $300. Like if it reach like 300, I'm never working again. I'm just gonna say that if that's the case. However, if I'm grateful if it reach 10 though. Like if it reach $10 a share, I'm good. Like I'm good. But I'll leave this conversation just by saying, listen, if you can, well, you probably can. If you got a job and you got money, you got the PPP and the SBA and the pool, all that shit, get into stocks, yo. Do yourself a favor.
Yes, pay yourself back in the long run.
Exactly. But anyway, let's get into the show, man. Wait, should we pay some bills?
Yeah, we can pay some bills.
Is it too early to pay bills?
No.
Alright, let's pay the bills. Who wanna
I think it's right. So this episode is sponsored by PS is Natural. PS is Natural is a family brand committed to providing natural hair and beard care products you can trust. Their lightweight, versatile formulas are for all hairstyles and hair types. PS is Natural has products for the entire family and truly believes it's not just hair. Visit their website, www.psisnaturalllc.com, and use our code UnRPOD for 20% off your first purchase. Also, make sure you follow them on Instagram at psisnatural_LLC.
Yeah, currently I'm using the PS Natural Hair Butter, the Lavender scent. It smells pretty good. Trying to lay down my waves, keep my waves down. You know, I'm fucking up.
I put a little bit on my locks and on my hands.
I had my
for the episode.
I actually need a haircut, but the PS Natural been holding me down, so we all good.
You might give away your beard butter.
I ain't giving it away because first of all, I'm almost back. I don't even care, so we all good. Like a couple more weeks, I'll be back out here. I'll be back with beard gang. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. Like, I'm gonna have to cut it off again, but still, it don't matter. Like, but yeah, definitely go check out PS is Natural, yo. Definitely, they dope. But let's get into these topics though.
Let's go.
So, what do we have to talk about? First thing first. Did y'all see that Chris Brown and Tory Lanez announced a joint project?
I did.
What they gonna call it? Beat it?
So yesterday, other day, whatever the fuck it happened, news broke on Twitter that Tory Lanez went on his live and said, him and Chris Brown working on a joint project together. He didn't say specify was it an album or was it a mixtape. He just said it was a joint project.
Okay.
You want to hear my thoughts on this? What y'all? Bang, I know Bang already said his though. First of all, do y'all listen to Tory Lanez?
I do.
Yes.
You still listen to him? I don't really like. I don't not listen to him, but I never really listened to him in the beginning.
Yeah.
Like I heard his music and it was like, oh, this shit dope, and that was about it. Like, but I'm not gonna say I don't listen to him because the whole thing with him and Megan Thee Stallion. I'm not gonna say that.
After that joint was fire.
I heard. That's what I heard.
He was talking about her and a lot of that joint, like on some love shit.
I always felt like Tory Lanez was hot, but I just personally was never checking for him. I don't know why. I just hadn't.
No, he definitely talented as hell. Definitely talented as hell, but he might have some issues. Him and Chris Brown of all people. Now, I could understand it because I think this shit probably gonna be one of the best shit we probably ever heard.
For sure it is.
I think it'll be hot.
But why? Why do we need this? Honestly,
why do we do it? And for the culture, what you talking about? Y'all thinking about the negative parts about it. You forget, like, Chris Brown ain't that guy. Like, he ain't at the top of the podium. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like, yo, if I was Tory Lanez, I'd be fishing for that joint too. And Tory Lanez earned that respect to try to do a joint project with Chris.
Listen.
And we can use some new music from Chris.
That's what I really want.
Him and one of the hottest out right now.
Yeah.
What? That shit gonna be fire, bro. That shit gonna burn through the fucking phones. That shit gonna make your phone hot.
See, I disagree.
You don't think it's gonna be hot?
I disagree. Tell me, like in the recent years, hell, in most years, when it comes to outside the camp collabs like this, like joint projects, they never really be that good. Like, tell me the last joint project you've heard from two artists that's not in the same camp that was good.
Okay, even though y'all niggas a hater, that Nas and Ye album was the shit.
That ain't a collab, bro.
What is a collab? What you talking about? They collabed on every single track.
They was on every track.
That's a collab.
Yeah, they was.
That wasn't a collab. I mean,
it was a collab.
That was a collab.
That's a collab album.
It was given to us as a Nas album.
But that was a collab. They was on everything.
It was Ye all over that joint, bro. Every single song.
So Jay-Z and what the fuck is his name? G Electronica. That was a collab.
That's a collab album. That's a collab album. That album was.
It is a collab album. But they both ass. They both ass.
What? Hold on. Who ass?
They both ass.
Bro, I swear to God, you say Jay Electronica ass and walk out of this.
No, I'm talking about the album. The album is trash. The album was ass.
That album was not ass.
The album was ass.
Bro, that album was.
I didn't hear the album.
It got some bars on it. It got some bars on it, but overall. It's a whole project. It's a whole project featuring Jay Electronica. I'm cool. Like, this is a whole project featuring Jay Electronica. The whole album feel that way. Yeah, he could rap. Yeah, I don't think that was ever a question. But how your debut album gonna have one of the greatest artists of all time on every track?
I'm gonna tell you why. First of all, he earned that, right?
He didn't.
And Jay is a.
He did not earn it.
I'm gonna tell you why.
How he earned it?
Finish my statement.
Go ahead.
Finish my statement, right? So listen, right? So Jay Electronica is one of the most, I'm gonna say, complicated artists of all time, right? And he's one of those dudes that he's so into what he talking about and what he stand for that he never was selling out. He's never making radio hits or how you say record label hits just to get his music out there. He been making music for a long time, but he never could make an album with an album period because he didn't want to sell out. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Bro, that been Jay-Z's favorite rapper for like 10 years straight now. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Jay Electronica dropped a lot of jewels, bro, and the world ain't ready for that. So he need a person like this for you to be able to just to even listen to what he's saying. From the rip, you're not gonna be able to get into that unless you about that shit that he talking about, or unless you just into lyricists that much. But Jay Electronica is a fucking genius, bro. He's a genius. He's too heavy.
If he a genius, he can give us a real album, bro. He give us a real album.
Name one person who did it without selling their soul or had to make music that
how
they
didn't want to make. If you
gotta do something that you don't want to do, you selling out. Whatever you want to call it, like every artist you can think of made music that they don't want to make because they got to do it for this or that company or this and the third, or because they got to be played on the radio or whatever. He never did it.
Bro, but he did it though. He did it. He just put out an album with Hov. We mean he did it.
And it was fire.
No, it was not. It was trash, bro. He waited 10 years.
Wait. What about J. Cole? J. Cole, so he...
Of course J. Cole made music. He ain't want to... Yeah. He made a whole song talking about how he let Nas down.
Yeah, from the first album.
From his first album, because he had to make a lot of music he ain't want to make.
I don't want to turn this into a whole music thing, right? I don't want to even go there. However, I will say Jay Electronica might be the biggest bust in music history.
Oh my God.
First of all, he was the first artist signed to fucking Rock Nation, right?
Was he?
It was him, then Rihanna, then J. Cole.
That was on the strength.
He the first artist signed. Rock Nation started in like 2011 or whenever the fuck it started. Like years ago. He took us 10 years for him to give us a 5-track album with Hov on each track. Like, that's trash.
I'm gonna tell you why he a goat.
That's trash.
Now,
don't get me wrong. He
got signed to Rock Nation with no singles. He got
mixtapes out. He was rapping,
right?
He got
Erykah Badu pregnant.
He was rapping, bro. He was rapping. He had
one of the most respectable lyricists out of everybody in the industry. Everybody respect Jay.
That's cool. He still ain't show us he can make good music, bro.
He a goat, bro. Jay-Z his favorite rapper ain't got Erykah Badu pregnant. I'm cool with this.
I definitely disagree. He the only nigga that got Erykah Badu pregnant.
And all the niggas thorough.
Don't come at Erykah Badu like that.
All the niggas was thorough.
All the niggas is good.
All the niggas is thorough.
Every nigga that fuck with Erykah Badu, what they doing? They trying to figure out life right now.
You crazy?
Niggas
figure out
bro,
life.
he was just down north. He was just down fucking South Philly a few weeks ago.
Cause he was
walking around.
Life.
Motherfucking laws.
He got lost, nigga. He just had a sneaker contract.
It took fucking what's his name 10 years to make the album because he was fucking
of all time. Stop
You're
that,
not
bro.
gonna talk about
Anyways.
Stop that. Andre 3 Stacks is another genius.
Anyways,
It's too heavy for you. Just say you can't.
anyways, back to the original.
What was he even talking about?
I'm just talking about joint
Chris Brown.
projects. They all
You said joint projects.
they all trash. They
I
all trash.
don't think that joint's trash. You ain't gonna win that joint, bro.
So give me another one.
Name another joint
You
project.
gave me one that was trash.
All the other joint projects that I know, no, that Nas and Kanye joint was good.
Like-
I didn't like
Like
a lot of
Sauce.
Drake projects. I didn't like featuring Drake drum.
Like
What? You ain't like featuring Drake
it was
joint?
like
It was very like I didn't really.
it probably was cool. It probably had some cool tracks at that time, but that shit ain't had no replay value.
Yeah.
Once it was over, it was like all right.
Crazy. That whole album, it could have been.
It's
a
like
regular
I
hit.
liked it when I listened to it, and once I wasn't listening to it, I was like, all right, I can do without it. Like I wasn't.
That's the same thing about the J. I ain't even gonna get back to J Electronica, but it just don't have like you. I think because creative control has to be like when it comes like music is art, right? We all know this, right? Hip hop is art, R&B, whatever type of music is art, right? So it got to be real difficult for me and you to be two totally completely different artists, and then we try to work on a project together. Now we might be able to pull it off, every now and again, but not for like a whole complete album. It's like nah. It's like if you and Aliyah try to write a poem together right now, right? Y'all being totally two different poets, right? Two different artists. Y'all probably could pull it off once, but let's say a totality where y'all telling a whole big story across 9 different poems. That shit gonna be like, nah. Only way for it to work is like the same way people come up with these singles, like singles with featuring artists. You got a song already with a concept, and now you like, look, I want you on this track. The track is already done. You just gotta fill in, your verse or whatever. Like, but if we go in the studio like together, or sometimes these motherfuckers don't even be in the studio together. Like when Uzi and Future came out with that fucking they shit they just had, right? These niggas said they was it took them a week to fucking record the shit. Like, it took them a week to record. This shit got like 18 tracks on there. This shit took them a week to do. Like, this shit gonna be ass. Like, and a lot of times, and then like a lot of artists now is, you in LA, I'm in Atlanta. Man, just send me your verse. They ain't in the studio together. Just send me a verse. Email that shit. Boom. Like, so a lot of it don't really work out that. It don't really work out, especially when it's two different artists outside of different camps. Now, Chris Brown, Tory Lanez got a way of how he hop on other motherfuckers' old songs and remix them, but he could sing like he'll catch their melody and kind of sing like them. So I think it got potential to work. It got potential to work.
He did that one album, bro. That's why you should listen to his last joint before you start judging.
No, I'm talking about the Chick State Jones. The Chick State Jones he do. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But like his album before the last one, that whole album was like basically like samples of somebody else's songs. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that was Chick State.
Yeah, that's what he was doing.
That's what he do for that whole series though.
Right.
That whole series he do that. So it's like, I think it got potential to work because they're both really good artists, but it's just like I wouldn't be pressed. Like I ain't nobody waiting for it. Ain't nobody checking for it.
I'm checking for
it. Like I feel like it's bad for Chris Brown to do it.
What?
Think it's bad?
Like it'll hurt him more if anything. Like if it flopped or whatever, it'll hurt him more.
To be perfectly honest, I haven't really heard a song from Chris Brown that I really like. I feel like all his shit pretty much been the same bop. It been the same. Like, it's nothing that I really heard from Chris Brown in the last couple years that I really like fuck with, that I replay all the time. It hasn't been, and I'm a Chris Brown fan. I think Chris Brown is I'm a Chris Brown fan, but I'm not gonna sit here and I haven't heard anything that I really could fuck with from Chris Brown.
You ain't like Loyal?
I'm sorry.
You ain't like Loyal?
I did like Loyal, but it's like that's old. I'm talking about in the recent. I'll say maybe the past 2-3 years.
2-3 years. He had an album like he had the one joint like 3 years ago with the 40 tracks on there. Like, you ain't like none of them joints.
I wasn't really fucking with it.
You ain't like No Guidance.
It was okay. But it just wasn't something that I was like really like playing for. I just feel like I want him to do something different.
I mean, I feel like Chris Brown is he passed that. Like, he already solidified, so he already passed
as solidified as he is, I feel like
more music.
That's the reason why I feel like he's kind of fading in the background to me personally, as far as music. Like, I'm checking for other people before I'm looking like, oh, Chris Brown, alright.
Majority of Michael Jackson music sound the same.
Yeah, it do. That's what I'm saying. Even if Michael Jackson stuff sound the same, it's not that I'm not saying that I'm not going to listen to it. I'm always going to be. I'm a Chris Brown fan, so I'm going to listen to it. What I'm saying is I'm not really checking for it. If he drop, he drop. But I'm looking, I started looking forward to other artists now because like everything that he's dropped lately to me, it sounds the same.
Man, Chris Brown
Can't wait that joint to drop so he can remind everybody.
And I hope he does because I'm tired of hearing the same shit. All the bopping and dancing and doing this shit every 5 minutes. Like, all right, what else, nigga? Like, can we please get something else? Like
that always been his thing though.
It always has, but it's like it's to me now. It's just like, okay, can we get something different, something else? Because it's like.
I'm not Ben was
so you want Chris Brown not to be Chris Brown?
I want Chris Brown to do something different.
But Chris Brown got his solidified. He got his own
He could be solidified. All I'm saying is his music is starting to bore me. It's personally. I don't know about y'all, but it's boring me. It's good music, but it's like, all right, I heard it, cool, that's it. Like, I don't think nothing that he came out with lately has been trash. I'm just not interested in replaying it over. To be perfectly honest.
So back to the Tory Lanez thing about you know how Tory Lanez, he had the Chicks Tape series thing where he remixed all these old songs and, and put them back out and make them, a hit again. Like he remixing old hits, right?
Yeah.
What if an artist like Chris Brown took like 2 songs from each of his old albums, his past albums, 2 hits, put that shit out, re-recorded it, remixed it, really remixed it and everything, and put that shit out like the same way Tory Lanez doing now. A whole new style of it, but it's the same hit. Like, what if he did that? You think you would fuck with it?
No.
You don't think you would fuck with it?
I don't know.
That's not the same thing.
It ain't the same thing, but it's new music though. It's this like Tory Lanez just did it, and it was popping.
I would have to hear it to see.
He didn't take
I'm not going.
No, he took other people's hits. So what if I take my own hits?
But he took some of the greatest hits of all time.
Right, but what if I take my own hits though? Chris Brown got enough hits of music. He got over fucking like almost 20 years worth of music.
Nobody want to hear somebody do their own Jones.
Why not? Why would they?
I would like to see. I would like to see on that album Tory Lanez do some of Chris Brown old Jones, maybe 1 or 2 Chris Brown old Jones, give it a Tory Lanez style. Now I think I would like to see that on that new album. But anybody want to see Chris Brown do an old Chris Brown?
You tripping, bro? People go.
Nobody want to see nobody do their old.
You tripping? That's when motherfuckers go to concerts. What they do?
I'm saying like a new version of their own old
music. Just put a little twist on it, that's all. Like, that's all it is. I'm putting a little twist, like first of all, Chris Brown probably don't sound the same as he did when the Chris Brown album dropped. Like, so that right there is already giving it a different twist already.
Bro.
Because it's like, it don't even have the same, you know what I mean? The reason why I bring it up is because, a lot of artists are doing that now. Yeah. They're re-recording their old music so they can have it back because the label might own it, so they don't got the masters for it, so they start to re-record it, and now bam, it's mine again. What's that girl name? The big ass artist, the white girl.
Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift. She recently did it for a song from her first album. Like, she went and re-recorded them and put them back out. Like, this is people that like fans of it, they can actually hear it different. Like, oh yeah, she don't sound the same as she did, back when she first started. But however, it's still her doing her own music. So
we good.
We good. So if I mean, I think I like it.
I'll check it out. I don't want to say yes or no right now because it'll come out and I fuck around. Like
I'm saying no from the gun bus.
From the fucking but I don't think it was necessary. But they might. With them two, you bound to get a hitter. You bound to get some hits out.
Don't say a hitter too. I was saying, don't play with my guys. Like,
no, you bound to get some. You gonna get some good music. I know it, but in totality though, like the whole album, I don't know. I doubt it. But
I don't think the whole album.
You gonna get a radio banger you gonna get a club and a radio banger for sure. For sure. You gonna get something to dance to for sure. Like, you gonna get something to play with your girl for sure. I ain't fucking no Tory Lanez. I'm just saying.
Y'all be fucking the music?
What? I don't.
Like, do y'all intentionally turn on the song? Like, oh, y'all fucking shit out of this. You do?
I can tell you do. I can just tell. Like,
hold the dog right there.
So you got a beat up playlist in your phone?
No, I ain't got a joint.
So you putting on YouTube? Putting on Pandora and shit? The fucking commercial come on halfway through?
I don't even gotta listen to a specific song. Like, it gotta be just a certain vibe, like, you know what I mean? Sometimes if I know it's gonna go down, the music already playing while we go playing, and
so Project Pat come on while you hitting the show.
I don't listen to that certain stuff.
I'm just saying, you don't need. You might have no rope. You might have no shuffle. Like,
if it's on shuffle, it's gonna be shuffle of stuff that I listen to.
I was about to say, you have a little shuffle.
So
Keep on start playing.
you
like,
do it? You do music on?
The only time I ever had sex with music on intentionally is because I had a
Marty
roommate.
there?
No, I had a roommate.
Definitely because the kid is home. You tripping.
So I had a roommate at the time, so I was like, oh, I don't want to be nobody be hearing me. And the crazy thing is, that was like back when I don't even think I had an iPhone at the time, so I had the radio on. And the shit was playing fucking Power 99.
Golden Girl came on out of nowhere. Golden Girl.
No, I wish fucking Golden Girl did come on, but it was on Friday night, and all they was playing was fucking Baltimore club music out there.
What was Wu-Tanging in that shit? Like, yo, let's get it.
I'm like, that's why he said, turn the music up. What was it?
Tanging in it. Oh, shit. Nah.
Yo, this is the funniest shit ever, yo.
Oh, shit. Nah, it ain't. The music should never really be my twist. Like, it was like, I remember one time I was with a young lady back in the day, right? And she was like, put some music on. And again, I didn't know. This was when Pandora just was popping off, right? So I'm like, I don't fuck you want me to put on? Like, I'm like, all right, I put on like some Drew Hill radio or some shit, right? Like, boom, like, all right, cool. She was like, what? She took the phone and put on Juvenile. I was like, okay, like, fuck it, like, I guess this is what we doing. All right, whatever, like, so. But yeah, music never really, like, I would rather, like, it be, like, silent. Like, I don't want the TV on, the light on.
You don't want nothing on?
No, I mean, we are making the music. We're making the music. The only music we do.
I don't know, I fall asleep with the TV on, so I be wanting
the sounds of love making. That's all we need.
But you know what's crazy though? What I've discovered over these last couple of years, that I actually like to have sex when I can actually see her. Like, I don't want a bright light on, but them lights, like, you know what I mean, some type of light on where I can actually see her, like, it make the sex more passionate. I can see that ass, like, I can see that cat, like, you know what I mean?
Light a candle, bro.
Like,
light a candle. You get the aroma in there anyway, like, light a candle.
That's off topic, but calling the vagina a cat is kind of disturbing. I don't know why.
Would you rather call it a burger?
No, fuck no.
That shit like a burger sometimes, right? When you like,
oh,
you turn to the side thing, that shit like yo, I'm
like
bite that.
No.
Yeah, I'm gonna bite that.
No, that's not a cat. Let me see that cat.
Would you rather, so what you call yours?
Vagina.
Vagina. You don't
So
say
you
that about
like,
a vagina.
nigga, come get this vagina.
Come get this vagina. I'm good.
No.
That just selling you something.
What?
It's like selling some extra
The
shit.
cops over there, right? It's a setup.
Right. You wait for the FBI, the CIA.
Indicted told this
You don't say
vagina.
Come get this
So if
vagina.
somebody say come get that vagina, y'all not gonna go?
Oh, like, that's weird. Like,
So if somebody say come get this cat,
I'm
you gonna
sorry,
come
what?
get it? Come get this cat.
I mean, she can say kitty. Come get this
That's gonna
kitty
say,
cat.
I mean, I don't know. I honestly, I'm not even that bored that I can't
She
be.
said it's kind of disturbing.
You can't be too like raunchy, and you can't be too like this, like, you know, vague either. Like, you gotta find somewhere in
So
between.
come get
like,
this cat emoji. You don't want her to say come get this wet pussy, daddy.
First of all, ain't no woman talking to me like that.
I don't even like I don't like that type of aggression.
Ain't nobody housing me like that.
Wait a minute, sweetheart.
Ain't no woman housing me like that. Come get this pussy, nigga.
Wait a minute,
Hold
sweetheart.
up. Let me grab my purse.
Nah, wait a minute, sweetheart. Hold up.
This pussy, nigga.
Slow down.
Ain't
Slow down. real quick.
no woman talking to me like that.
Yeah, that definitely sounds. I don't even like.
She got to be Aliyah.
You know how horny I have to be to actually pursue that? Like, you know how my hardy levels had to be for me to pursue that?
You know how drunk she gotta be for me to accept that? For me to be like, okay.
I probably wouldn't accept it. Like, oh, wait, look, I'm gonna get you a bottle of water because you tripping in here. Like, you tripping. Like,
no, but I did have some aggressive texts before, like, but it comes sit on your face. And, I'm brushing my teeth on.
That's not aggressive. I'm brushing my teeth. Wait, so that's not aggressive?
That is a little aggressive, but I like that type of shit. Like, you
wait,
know,
like random out of the blue? She just said it?
Yeah, like I had girls that I knew
I mean, it depends.
I had girls I knew that was at the club and hit you 2 or 3 in the morning. What you doing? Nothing. Watching TV. I'm about to come sit on their face. Say no more. What you talking
I mean,
about?
that's the time when you can get off some shit like that. Like,
Oh, but at 9 o'clock while you
but not when I'm there. Like, I'm at Bible study. What are you doing? Like, this is not it. Like, this is not it. Like,
okay.
nah, that's a little, yeah. The atmosphere, definitely time of day, definitely count. Like, because if somebody say something, I might just laugh at it. Like, thinking, like, oh, this shit. Playing, like.
Niggas get horny any time of the day.
Yeah.
You never know.
I don't come across those type of girls though. They be like real, like
raunchy.
Not even raunchy, like just to be straightforward. Like, look, like, what's up with it? Like, I don't. They really be trying to like. I really wish I had a back massage. Like, they be doing shit like that. Like,
so they don't ever text you like,
oh, my back hurts.
Reese, what their mouth do?
Nah, I'll never get that. First of all, they praise. That's what it does. Like,
we gonna do read bang bang messages.
We should.
I'm gonna prepare some stuff for you.
I don't know.
Y'all be surprised, dog.
They be like real sensual. Like, they don't really.
I guess people disrespect me. They talk to me crazy sometimes. Like, sometimes that shit be right. Like,
I don't. Yeah, like I really don't get those. Like, I wonder what that's like though. Maybe I don't know. Yeah.
The ex bang.
Now I'm starting to think something wrong with it.
I don't know. So you ever been aggressive one league?
Probably like if I'm like crazy drunk or something like that.
Oh, ain't no crazy drunk. You was horny, my nigga.
Don't grip my clothes up. That's all I mean. Don't ever grip my clothes up. Like, I'm calling the cops. Like, I'm calling the cops. Like, this is rape now. Like, don't ever do that. Like, you got, like, I'm cool with the aggressive, you know.
You had to have one of them
drunk. You like,
drunk, John?
I'm cool with that, but it's a little, like, alright. Pushing me and stuff, like, okay, alright. Pushing me on the bed, like, alright, cool. Like, as soon as you do some shit that's too strong, I'm like, no, I'm not comfortable with that.
Wait, she can't pull like
you gotta let it happen.
Don't pull my pants down. Don't pull my drawers down. Hell no. Hell no.
Stop right now.
If I'm laying in the bed, she start pulling my drawers down.
No.
Oh, hold up.
Wait, why?
That's weird. And she wrote.
I can't be laying on my back and you pull. Nah, get my butt up. No. We ain't doing that. We ain't about to do that.
Drawers rolled up and shit.
No, we ain't about to be doing
Like
it.
panties and shit.
Every day you gonna look for your food, you gonna look for your clothes. Your drawers run up in your pants on the floor.
Like, no, that's too. No, that's a little too
like
aggressive.
that.
Like, I gotta lift my butt up. Like, hell no. Nah. If I'm like standing up and shit,
Yeah, that's what I'm
you
saying.
do that. Like,
On the stand-up joint,
if I'm laying down, like, I'll put you in the bed and start pulling, like, wait a minute. Like, just a little, slow down a little bit. Please slow down a little bit. I don't know, man. That's yeah. Yeah, I really don't come across those type of women now, so I've been cool these years of my life, like, and I'm usually the aggressor anyway. Like, even if it started off like a woman, she started off like, it's usually like, all right, let's go. You know what it is. Like, let's go. Like, but hey, see shit. But anyway, how do we even get there? Like, I don't even know. It's the wine, huh? It's the wine.
It's definitely the wine.
Where y'all want to go next though? Yeah.
What?
Y'all ain't hear about TPain DMs?
No.
Ben, you heard about it?
No.
So apparently, TPain just discovered like the pending message thread on the DMs on Instagram.
Okay.
You know how when people that's not like following you or whatever, and it says pending. So he just found out about that. Like, that shit been a thing for like 2 or 3 years now.
Right.
So he posted a video of him scrolling through all these old DMs of like celebrities and people trying to get in touch with him. It was like a few music producers. It was like Viola Davis for whatever reason, like Jamie Foxx. It was like a bunch of stuff. And it was like, he was like, it's probably over $200 million worth of DMs that he ignored for over over the last 2 or 3 years and shit. And like, recently he posted a video of him and Jamie Foxx. Like, he was like, this is one of the people that DM'd him. He's like, this would have been years ago. I guess Jamie Foxx was hitting him up for, try to do music. And even so, I think it was, I want to say it was DJ Mustard. DJ Mustard. One of them, he was like trying to shop a song to him. And it ended up going to Roddy Rich. Like,
That's crazy.
Oh, wow.
So it was like, it's crazy, right? So I bring it up just to say, check your fucking DMs. Like, check them DMs, man. Like, it's some shit in it. It might be some
I be
shit in
checking
it.
mine sometimes. I do be forgetting to check mine sometimes, though.
Check them DMs. Bang, you continue to DM them aunties, you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Check them DMs, man. You never know, you blocking your own blessings. Like, I thought it was a funny thing though, like Viola Davis. Like,
I really want to know what she wanted.
like I want to know too. Like, I think somebody started a thread on Twitter.
Probably made a comment on some shit.
Yeah, nah, but it was like apparently it was like 200 people. Like, he said like $200,000 in his DM like over the last few years. And he accidentally ignored them. Like, it's like, yeah, wow. So. But I thought it was interesting. I don't know. I guess y'all don't care about it. But yeah. Where y'all want to go next? Y'all want to talk about the best movie ever, black movie ever? Mm-hmm. The Best Man.
One of them.
No, it's definitely the best one. So recently, I know y'all probably seen on the internet. People put up the. I guess it's our question of the day, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. So question of the day. So now that we are grown. Who was wrong in this situation? Mm-hmm. Talking about Harper Stewart, if y'all seen the movie. Tay Diggs' character, what's her name?
Tay Diggs' character is Harper Stewart.
No.
I forgot what her real name
Mia.
is.
She Mia in the movie, yeah, but what's her real name?
Let's look that up.
Lance Storm, a.k.a. Morris Chestnut. Basically, out of the three in that situation, who was wrong? I don't know if y'all seen the movie, if y'all know the movie, but in the movie Best Man, Best Man fucking hit the bride-to-be's while they was in college, right? Yeah, back when they was in college, and he wrote a fucking book about it for whatever fucking reason.
Right, Monica Cotton, by the way.
And the shit comes out, and then now the groom fucked the best man up, beat him up and shit, but he ended up getting fucking married anyway, like to the bride to be. And the crazy thing I always thought about this movie is they never showed like him, like he never confronted her. Yeah, in the movie, like even through the sequel, it's like he didn't.
I
like they had a conversation.
I wish I would have showed the conversation.
Yeah. But that asks the question: who do you think was wrong? Just tell me who you think was wrong before you explain it yourself.
Mia.
You say it's Mia. Ben, who you say?
Mia.
Damn, you say it's Mia too, huh? I say it was Mia. All right, so tell me why y'all think that.
So for me, I feel like when what's his name in there? Lance was going around fucking bitches. That's all it really was. I feel like I don't feel like he ever went. I don't feel like Lance ever went out with the intention like, oh, I'm going to do this shit to hurt Mia. I just feel like that was him being a dog ass nigga, and he was trying to be better, which is why he proposed and he wanted to get his life right or whatever case may be. But when she went and did it, I feel like she was intentionally trying to hurt him, and especially by having sex with his best friend at that. So I definitely feel like he was wrong. She was wrong, I'm gonna say.
How you feel, Ben?
So kind of the same way, cause she knew, like, you know what I mean. Like Harper was the weak one in that situation, cause like he really was loving her before any of that even happened. Like, you know what I mean. Now him writing a book about it, I don't even think he was wrong for that. Like shit, the best work from artists or whatever authors would be like, you know what I mean, your real life experiences, and like I like how he dressed it up, like, you know what I mean. Like, and that kind of was his way of admitting, like, you know what I mean, or just putting it out there, like, you feel what I'm saying?
Bro, if you fuck my bitch, just say you fuck my bitch, bro. Don't
write everybody got their own way of doing it.
Change the names of the characters and shit, like I ain't supposed to know who this is. Like, come on, man.
I mean, he got it out there, but like Leah said though, Mia had all the intentions though, like she knew what was going on, and
So, I agree with y'all saying, but I just changed my answer. Harper was wrong. Harper was wrong.
For writing the book?
He was wrong just solely the fucking book alone was just like, yo, what the fuck is you doing? Like, but also, it's like this. It's like, all right, I do think he was he was just fucking around. Lance was fucking around when he was in college, right? Mm-hmm. But I think Harper was wrong because if he wasn't true about his intentions about me in the first place. Like, he kind of actually liked her pretty much, right? When he was in college. Now, he didn't have like a super crush on her, or they didn't show that part. But he kind of actually was, he liked her a little bit. So I feel like he should have told Lance that before he introduced them. But he introduced. Remember, he the reason they know each other because he made the introduction or whatever. So it's like, yo, if you would have told him like, yo, look, I like this girl, whatever, like chill. Then he would never pursued her and then end up being in a relationship with her and all that. Now another way from looking at his eyes, looking from how maybe Harper might have thought was. He looking at like, man, this nigga just be fucking bitches. He don't care. Right. It's just another situation. Like, I mean, remember he came to Harper when he cheated on her. Yeah. But he came to him crying like, yo, can you pray with me? Like, remember that whole shit?
I remember that.
So it's like, from Harper's eyes, maybe he didn't know that he was like, this was like real serious. Nah, fuck that. He knew.
No, he knew. He knew because even if like my whole thing with that situation is like, it's a lot of guys out here that. They know who they really want, even when they know that they're not ready to stop. Even when you know you're not really 100% ready to settle down, you know who you want. So while you dealing with this person, it's like, all right, let me try to get this out my system, I guess. Even though I'm not saying that Lance was right, because like if you wanted to be out here, you should have never gotten a relationship in the first place. But at the same time, it's like we all done probably been with somebody like, oh yeah, he might be a dog ass nigga now, but when I get with him, he not gonna be like that. It's like you can't. A man not gonna stop. Some people do think like that, but a man not gonna stop doing what he doing until he's ready.
That shit was fair game, bro. Lance was out here doing his thing, and they got caught up. Yeah, like it was planned. It wasn't planned and nothing.
She planned it though.
That's still his girl. Yeah, it's still his girl. Like you said, she had an agenda, but he was supposed to turn it down. He was supposed to turn it down and tell his homie like, look, she wild. She wildin'. Man, she do it again. I don't know. Now it's probably like, I told you, like, you know what I mean? But no, like, yeah, it's definitely like, I think I think I had this conversation with my homie. Like, listen, if you catch my girl slipping, like, on that type of time, it's like, bro, the first thing you should do is tell me, like, now, everybody don't respond to shit a certain way. Like, niggas might want to fight. Niggas might say you a liar. He probably call her right then and there, put her on the spot, like, huh,
he said.
What you said? Yeah, like, so, I can understand how that you might not want to, go down that route or whatever. Like, and it's something that happened to me kind of sort of before.
What?
Oh, shit.
I had a friend of a friend girl come at me, and I wasn't into her, so it's just like,
I'm telling you anyway, bitch.
She was cool. She was cool. Like, don't get me wrong, she definitely was cool. But I'm like, yo, like, yeah, I didn't know. And she pressed up on me like, what's up with it? I'm like, you crazy, like, and then I wanted to go tell him. I wanted to go tell my homie who is his homie. Like, I know the other dude too, right? I know her boyfriend or whatever, but I'm not as close to him as my other homie is.
Oh, that ain't the same. I would hit that.
Nah,
but that ain't even your homie.
I ain't want it though. I ain't want it. So it's definitely something.
But if you wanted, you would have hit it though.
Hell
yes,
yeah.
I don't know, because at that time she was always around us. He was around. It was like it was a friend of a friend. It was too messy. It's too messy. Like, nah, it's too like, nah. It was too like, yeah, nah. Now, but again, I did my due diligence. Like, look, I told the situation, and I dove back into her. Like, we cool. Like, let's just keep it at that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Now, if she was to press up on me after that, it's like, look, hey, man, look, I did my part. Like, it is what it is. Like, but nah.
So would you believe it though? If somebody told you like, yo, your girl came to me.
So yeah.
Bitches ain't shit but hoes and drinks. Nah. No, but yeah, if one of my mans tell me this, like if anybody tell me this shit, I'm gonna definitely bet an eye at, like, all right, like, depending on what it is, but I feel like only my real friends be around me anyway, like in that type of environment to approach me. If somebody that I don't really know like that approach me and tell me something about my girl, like, we might fight, like, cause first of all, why you telling me this, bro? Like, why? What's your whole agenda? I don't even know you. Like, what you telling me this for? Like you can't. That's why we talked about it before. You can't come to a man as a man. Like, that ain't a real fucking thing. Like, you might get shot. Like, for real. Like, come to me talking about my girl. Like, bro, who are you? Who is you? Like,
I just want to let you know I'm coming to you as a man.
Yeah, now, if it's my friend or somebody I know, that's a little different. But it's somebody I don't fuck. Like, bro, get the fuck out of here, dude. Like, type of time you on? You a weirdo. Like, you was a weirdo. Like,
He said he's a weirdo.
How you feel about that thing?
With the whole friend is a friend?
Yeah. No, just this scenario I was just saying.
And how would you feel like a man that you're not really cool with come and tell you that your girl was come
I feel like, I don't know, like, so it depends on, like, I mean, niggas be crazy over shorty sometimes.
That's what I'm saying.
So sometimes you can be oblivious. Like, I can think back on a relationship. If somebody would have told me that bitch came on to him, I wouldn't have believed him.
Right.
I'd be like, you tripping. Like, you know what I mean? Because I thought that shit was mine. Like, I thought I had it like that. Like, to the point where it would have been hard for me to believe it. You know what I mean? I probably would think about it. But I don't know if I would really act on it. Like, that shit just hard to believe sometimes.
It's already a hard pill to swallow. I feel like, and this is about to sound chauvinistic or whatever, like man toxic or whatever, I don't know, woman bashing. But like, I feel like in those type of situations where it comes to a woman, I mean, it comes to like a dude and a girl that's close to his man or his girl, I feel like usually it's the woman who's controlling that narrative. Like, I feel like if she don't press on, if that girl don't press on this man, then none of this shit would happen. Like, none of this, like, I could press all I want.
Right.
If she don't give in or she don't press back, then none of this shit would happen.
Right.
So I feel like most of the time it's really that, like, if Aliyah, if your man was sleeping with your best friend, right? It's like, yo, we talk about, loyalty and all that. I'm pretty sure your best friend is gonna be the first one you mad at, right?
Yeah.
But in all rights, that's who you should be mad at.
Yeah.
But as a woman, can you understand a situation where, or would you even
as a
believe
woman, who would you forgive first?
Neither one of them.
You gotta forgive.
No, I don't. I can forgive you without. Listen, no. Let me take that back. I'm gonna forgive both of them eventually, but I'm not fucking with neither one of them. Mm-hmm. Like, at the end of the day, my whole thing is like we had this conversation on another podcast where it talked about, where would you date your friend's ex? I just feel like no, it's way too many people out here for me to deal with your ex. So if you can sit up here and
there's way too many people out here for me to worry about your ex.
If you can still fuck with my boyfriend, that's true too. But it's just a principle. I don't care. This is just the person I am. If y'all think that way, y'all think that way. But at the end of the day, I don't care if you fuck with that nigga 2 years ago, 5 years ago, 5 minutes ago, whatever. I still to this day won't look at him any type of way but as your ex. So I don't give a fuck. I don't care if you get married. Different, what I look like. It's just like what I look like. That shit is corny.
What if y'all is a match made?
I don't care. I know everybody like to talk about the whole, you can't possess people. I don't give a fuck. That's I know you as my such and such friend ex. So I'm not fucking. I got friends. I have friends. Listen. I don't give a fuck. I don't care.
He's different now.
I don't care. I got people that I don't even fuck with to this day that niggas try to ex niggas or niggas that they would try to come at me and I still don't look at you like this. Like, bro, I don't go fuck with me and her not friends no more. I'm not fucking with you.
Well, what if you started talking to a dude, right? And then you find out like, yo,
oh, your ex used to fuck with him.
But your best friend married now. She married, right?
Yeah, she in a relationship. But no, you already started talking to him. You liking this nigga.
6 weeks in the dating this nigga.
Fucking with him.
6 weeks in the dating.
You know what I mean?
I know.
You gonna end it? You gonna end it?
Yes.
He wouldn't do that. I don't believe.
6 weeks.
That's another one of them things.
That's
another one of them
I don't
things.
give a fuck.
That's another one of them things where you don't know what.
First of all, it would never get to 6 months in without somebody that's my best friend.
I'm saying, one of your friends, and now one of your friends. You got friends you don't talk to all the time. I don't
talk to my best friend all the time, but that's still my best friend. So I'm not going.
Everybody that nigga she was running down on, and she didn't tell you.
It could be 6 months later. She like, damn, I know you talking about that, James.
That's different, but
I was
that's
like 2 years.
Hold up, baby.
Because he just said something. If you, this is a basement nigga. That's what I call him.
Basement nigga.
The basement nigga.
How niggas get treated?
Yo.
That's the nigga that you don't go out with. You don't do nothing with. That you was just fucking. That's something different.
This basement nigga.
That's the basement nigga.
Oh shit.
Like, but
the difference of it though.
Being in a relationship and just fucking somebody is totally different. You're not gonna tell me.
The only reason most people don't want to fuck with their exes, whatever, is majority sexually. For real.
It's not just about sexual. Y'all had a whole relationship, and 9 times out of 10, most times I feel like even if you don't care about the person in a certain way no more, the fact that you did, and if you're my close friend, you talk to me about this nigga. I was probably around y'all relationship. That's weird.
What if it was her basement nigga?
If it was a basement nigga, that's something different.
All right, it was
if you wasn't ever taking him serious, and I'm not gonna some shit like, well, fuck it, that's different. I wouldn't care about that.
So you were messing with the nigga that she was slaying out?
Nigga, yeah.
She was slaying him out?
That's all you was doing, slaying the nigga out. Cool.
But you ain't gonna mess with the nigga that she had.
I don't wanna fuck with the nigga that she
already established that this nigga is thorough. He good enough to be at least in a relationship. Like, all right,
so maybe,
you're not really gonna waste your time.
But you gotta think, a lot of times, like I've had a couple basement niggas, and there wasn't nothing really wrong with them.
How many niggas in that basement? No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Sometimes, like, I get in periods of time where I don't really want to take people serious. It has nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with me. So you was my basement nigga because I don't want to claim nobody. I don't want to be in a serious relationship. I don't be wanting to do all that. I just want to have sex when I want to have sex. So I don't feel like so a basement nigga is not a bad thing. It's just like maybe I wasn't ready at that time. Maybe she wasn't ready at that time. Never said basement nigga.
So what if somebody called you a basement chick?
Just don't call me that to my face. I would never call them that to their face.
That means slut.
I would never call them that to their face, but that's what I think in my head. Like, that's the basement.
Damn, was I a basement? First of all, I ain't hitting that in the basement. When I was a young boy, that was different though. Like it was different.
I just say basement because it's like I don't know.
He the bottom. He underneath the house.
He's somebody that you never really brought around. You never really brought out. You never talked about him. It's like he wasn't important.
So what if it was nothing sexual? What if your friend dated a guy for years? And they never had sex for, I don't know, he was celibate. Like,
I was gonna say, I don't even know how to answer that.
He was celibate.
They was friends then, because that nigga was her friend.
All right, Bang, how about you, Bang? You 6 weeks into dating, 6 months into dating the shorty, and you find out that me and her used to go to Pound Town, like, Pound Town, like, in the basement. Like,
You gonna answer that question, bro?
But you 6 weeks in. You 6 weeks in.
Listen, if I'm already involved with somebody and I start and I'm already feeling her, and I find out later on that she used to mess with somebody I know, that's just what it just is what it is. Like
Who depends who it is. If it was G.
No, see now, it's nothing that I know everything about G. He know everything about
But he might be sure that he didn't really tell you. He might have said like, yeah, you know the little hoe bitch I be messing with. Like, you ain't no hoe bitch.
Yo, bro, she ain't no hoe. Yo, don't call her no hoe no more, bro. We can talk, but don't call her something else. Hold on. I don't know. All right, that is a little different. That is a little different, especially if you know the way your nigga talk about.
Right. That's how it's gonna be every time I'm around. He be like, yo, like you heard conversation where he like, yeah, man, I put my dick out and slept across her grill. So now, next time y'all together, he talking about this shit.
It depends. Like it can't. Now, see, I guess for women it's different, but for a nigga, like I mean, all right, how can I say this without actually telling on myself, right? So, I ain't really telling myself. It's just that you want to do business. But anyway, so listen, right? So it's been times where I dealt with females, right, and then I found out that they used to deal with somebody that I knew, right, and the nigga would keep it a bean and she would keep it a bean. That shit was mainly sexual.
Right.
But to me, if all you can say is you had sex with a woman, you ain't really had that woman.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? If I'm feeling a woman, if I'm feeling somebody, my whole approach to her is different. Like, you know what I mean? Sex ain't even the top thing on our list. Like, I'm looking at it a different way. If a nigga can't say he had her the way I had her, then like, I mean, I'm not that insecure that. You know what I mean? As long as you ain't trying to disrespect me, talking shit about that shit now that you know I fuck with her, like, you know what I mean? We ain't gonna go there with it, but I'm not a possessive person, like, you know what I mean? I wouldn't be mad if as a matter of fact, I'm gonna give you a perfect example. Right? One of my favorite girlfriends, right? One of my favorite girlfriends, right? This was probably the second longest relationship I ever had, right? We was together for 3 years. But when I met her the same night. Well, I didn't meet her the same night. She went to school with my cousin, right? So I always knew her, but she would never give me a chance because she had a boyfriend. But I never knew who her boyfriend was, right? But this one particular night, we out and we had to go get her for something. She broke up with her boyfriend that same night, and we wound up kicking it off. Blase. Long story short, 3 weeks go by, and she wound up her ex-boyfriend It was more than 3 weeks. It was at least like a month and some change, right?
You about to tell yourself.
Yeah, no, wait, because I'm thinking of it. I'm thinking of it now, right? But this story is known between everybody in the whole situation, right? So a month and some change go by, and I finally found out who her boyfriend was, and it's a nigga that I see all the time. We play ball together, we go party together, but we was always cool in a sense where we never talked about who he fucking or who I'm fucking, like, you know what I mean? That's my guy, like, you know what I mean? We was cool, like, but I didn't think I was taking his girl away from him, or, you know what I mean, or stopping them from getting back together. They had just broke up that night, like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, but it was already, I was already liking her for some time, and then I finally got my opportunity, then I started liking her more.
You know what I mean? You wrote a poem about this? I'm
just saying, like, that was a real situation though. And then her boyfriend was a nigga that I knew, but even after that, we still was cool after that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, at first he felt some type of way. He thought it was like a Mia situation where I planted or some shit while I was plotting on his. But you know, we broke it down. I was like, yo, I ain't, you know what I mean? But it made sense because I didn't. We wasn't around each other in that type of situation. Like, as a matter of fact, shit, we hung out, yeah, bitch, for real. Like, we was hanging out, like, I ain't know it was like that. Like, you know what I mean?
But the game in that case.
Yeah, and the crazy thing is about that whole scenario is that same girl is messing with somebody else that we both know. So it's like, you know what I mean? That he be around to this day.
You probably hang around some thorough ass niggas. I don't know. Like, you probably hang around some thorough ass niggas. Like, yo.
I mean, no, but he definitely thorough.
He
like,
played ball with y'all too? He played basketball with y'all too?
No, the other boy?
Yeah.
No, the other boy. You know, that's his man.
I don't know.
Like, you know what I mean?
He up here, he been.
Yeah, I guess I can say I'm insecure because I ain't fucking with it. Like, if I found out fucking 6 months into a relationship that you used to mess with it, I'm trying to think how many people removed before I won't be mad. Like, it had to be really like, it has to be like, I don't know, if I shook this nigga hand, it's over. Like,
if I shook this nigga,
you a whore. I'm out. Like,
I think the real question we should be asking, not what you would do in that situation, because I think it's situational. Like, you know what I mean? Whoever you are and what type of situation you're in and how you look at it. The question we should be asking is, if you was the ex and your friend started messing with your ex, how would you feel about it? Like, you know what I'm saying? I think that's a general situation.
It depends on who the ex is.
You know what I mean? Like I said, if somebody started dating my ex and I got a new girl and I'm happy with myself, I'll give
Kenny, you not even supposed to be mad. Like you just said,
I don't give a fuck about none of that.
Now, I do care if it was like, alright.
Is it an adulthood ex? Because anybody that wasn't in adulthood, if you fuck with somebody that I fuck with in high school, I don't care who it was.
Only person I would care about is if it's my daughter's mom. Cause it's like,
everybody know baby mom is off limits.
Yeah, but other than that, I don't give a fuck. Like, fuck that bitch. Like, cause any ties that I had to her, like remaining, any doors I ain't closed, it's gonna be closed now. So you just kind of help me out in a sense. Even if the situation like, damn, wow, you gonna go get my best, like you said, your favorite ex-girlfriend, like my favorite one. Damn, I thought when this shit was if this wouldn't work out, I was gonna come back. Yeah, like damn. Like even if it's that situation, it's like, all right, this is what it is. Like I'm on to the next. Like ain't nothing you really do. Like I'm cool on that in that.
But I see it all the time though. I see niggas publicly.
We live in a small city. We live in a small city. Yo, that shit bound to happen. Like, and then with social media, everybody like. You can't go on social media and just click on 3 accounts without finding 3 other people y'all got mutual friends with. Right. And even if y'all don't got mutual friends, they probably still know somebody that you know. Like, so it's always like, yeah, we like unfortunately, it's a big city and a small city at the same time. Like, because most of us get into the same shit. Like,
I feel like we can't be possessive, yo.
I mean, of course you're not.
I'm not going to say possessive. It's just I don't know.
He about to lead us into polygamy.
I'm not.
He's stepping in. Like,
I don't know.
This ain't got nothing to do with polygamy.
It's not even about being possessive when it comes to stuff like that.
No,
like,
it is.
It's not about being possessive. It's about you being if you mess with one of my exes, it's like now in my head I'm going back to when I messed with them. Like, was you all always dealing with each other? Like, was this an ongoing? I don't know. It's not about me. It's not insecurity. It's like you, my friend.
Why do it matter?
It's not. It does matter.
Because you over that situation.
It don't matter from over or not. You shouldn't have did it. Because now it's like, because now I'm going. You know what? If you're gonna do that with that person or that specific person, how do I know you're not gonna do that with my husband.
Well,
Somebody
she-
else I'm dealing with.
you-
That means I don't know that. I don't know that.
Insecurity.
If it is insecurity, it's what it is. But I just feel like
That's
I can't trust.
annihilating your friend's whole character.
Yeah,
because
right.
I am.
She
So why
did
the fuck out of
something-
everybody would you go talk to my ex?
She felt valued in something that you did.
Listen, you
Listen.
You threw that nigga in the trash.
I don't give a fuck. And you know why I probably threw him in the trash? And who helped me? She did. Because I took the fucking advice from her.
Well, she-
And then you went and fucked with him. So
That's
no.
you again.
I don't
That's
give a
your
fuck.
fault again.
It's not my fault. It's
That
not
nigga
my
told
fault.
you
It's
keep
not
the
my
friends
fault.
out my business. All right, now I'm fucking with you.
If you gonna fuck with anybody that's so-called my friend that's gonna go fuck with anybody that I that you know about, it's not about being possessive. You
Nah,
corny for it.
but look at it like this. Look at it like
Corny
this.
for
Look at
it.
it like this. Yeah, he probably was cool with your friends, right? Cool in the sense to have a conversation. They probably talk about you all the fucking time. And then now you and him break up, whatever the case may be. You move on and get a new relationship.
Yeah, and I take my friends with me.
Yeah, you probably did. You probably did. But
Yeah.
let's say he probably ran into her every now and then all the time. Oh, what's
care.
up? You good?
Don't care.
How Junior doing? You know, the regular conversation. So this happened so many times where she started looking like, oh, like, yo, he really cool, whatever. Blah, blah. You moved on to your situation, you know what I'm saying? He moved on to his, but now it's like, all right, now I'm out here now. Like, yeah, you know, like it really might have started off just like that, like on some friendship shit.
It could have started
and it's just
like
like,
that.
well, fuck it, like,
All I know is if y'all end up fucking with each other, I don't trust you.
that's crazy.
I don't care.
Why? It ain't no. It
It
ain't
go
no
in, everything you saying going in one ear out the other. I don't give a fuck. If you go fuck with somebody that I used to deal with, that nah.
if you broke up with him and then you move on to a new nigga and you told your friend, oh, it's over for that nigga, and
That don't mean you go get him.
I'm not saying.
That's weird
I'm
to
just
me.
saying,
I don't see how you think that's
you
okay.
cut those ties
I don't
already.
give a
You cut
fuck.
those ties already. Like,
We cut them ties, bitch. You my friend. Fuck you, just doing stuff.
yeah, I wasn't fuck with me either. Like, I
Fuck
just
out of
that's
here.
it.
I am with the people that's in my life. Yes, I am. I don't give a fuck. If I don't fuck with that nigga, that's not your friend. That's not your bro. I'm your friend, so I don't give a fuck.
Let me hear my wife argue with her friend because she fucking with your ex.
I don't care.
Bitch, you got to fuck. First of all, you about to be fighting with another ex because I'm leaving too
I don't
now.
give a fuck. That's
how you
fucking
rubbing?
weird.
I feel like you're stopping true love sometimes. Because
Well, I guess I am because I'm never
you
going to
pick
be
the
happy
wrong
for
friend.
you.
Sometimes
I'm
you
not-
pick the
Yeah,
wrong
we said
friend.
that. We said that. You
don't
picked
give
the
a
wrong friend. You
Maybe I did, and that's
Sometimes
why-
they pick the wrong
You
And
friend.
that's
wrong
why
friend.
you wouldn't be my fucking friend anymore.
No, you was
That's
the
a
wrong
friendship
friend.
that I will gladly lose.
You know what? I'm
What
gonna
am I
lose a friendship
losing?
over true love.
If that's true love,
That's a
then I
forever thing. I need to fuck her.
don't give a fuck.
Might
If
be
you
worth it,
if you
though.
my friend, then no.
It might be
You
worth
shouldn't
it,
talk to
man.
nobody
It might
I
be
know. That's
worth it.
weird.
I'm just saying though, sometimes Leah, that sometimes when we get involved with somebody, we find that one thing, most of the time like sex, that keep you with that person when y'all know for y'all really shouldn't have been messing with each other, but then it become convenient because y'all been fucking for some time now, and then that's your nigga by mistake. But it's still your nigga. But the whole time, him and your friend really got everything in common. They would really be perfect for each other, but you don't want to admit that to yourself because that's your nigga. But, you know, when y'all break up, 2 years later, they meet on a different accord. Yeah, sure, she know that's your old nigga, so that's why she friendly enough to even talk to the nigga. But then...
Nah, but yeah, I don't know. I guess don't mess with none of your friends. I guess
Listen, because it's just like I don't know. That's just how my mind works. It's not about being possessive or nothing like that. Like if you're my friend, I just feel like if that's what you want, if you feel like that's true love, if that's the man you feel like you've been waiting for, fine. Personally, now I'm just looking at you sideways with anything you do, and I don't need nobody around me that I feel like I can't
What if
trust.
an ex-friend mess with your ex?
We not friends no more.
Oh, so that's cool.
If we not friends no more, I don't give a fuck what you do, what he do. Y'all not, neither one of y'all are in my life. But if somebody that's in my life and been in my life, and you calling yourself my friend, we together all the time. We talk. Like, 9 times out of 10, you know the ins and outs of the me and this man relationship, and then afterwards you go fuck with him. It's just like you weird as shit for that. Like for what?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. So who more off limits? Your friend or your mom?
My mom.
So your mom start messing with your ex, like yo.
That ain't my mom no more, bro.
You know I always.
You
You
got
can't disown your mom. She's like,
Yes, I
yeah,
can.
I love to hear this from you. I love this man. She gonna shut that shit right there. Like, Leah, I'm still your mother. You gonna respect me.
Yeah, right.
You respect me and your stepdad.
He's a good young man.
Yeah,
He's a
right.
good
Yo,
young man. He's a fine young man.
Nah, I'm cool.
Yo.
I always love my mom, but no, I would never ever accept that shit. I'll do everything to say
My
that
dad used to
shit.
come in my exes.
Yo.
Well, not to their face, but to me, like, yo, you must want no more. Like, what's up with you, bro? Like, you gotta relax. Like,
yeah, man, that's different though. It's definitely different, but shit, y'all got anything else?
Nah, I don't.
You can wrap this up then.
Yeah, so we can.
I feel like we ain't even. We just came in here and just started talking. I don't feel like we really like went on nothing. But
sometimes that be the best drinks.
Yeah, you know, you already know. But what did I want to talk? I wanted to talk about. I might have a potential somebody that's managing our social media. So and y'all know him. So I'm in talks with this person right now. Hopefully, we have a sit down and actually push it together and be cool. We still looking for what's the name? We're still looking for somebody to operate the cameras.
Yes.
And to kind of help out with the sound audio. So definitely, if you're interested, if you like the podcast, definitely hit us up, man. Hit the DM. I want to do. We are going to launch the website so we can start selling merch. So definitely something to look forward to. I think I'm gonna hold I was telling Bang, I'm gonna hold a trivia game, and like the winners could win like free merch. So
that'd be dope.
Yeah, definitely look out for that. As always, you can find us on Unrecognized Real on Instagram at Unrecognized Real Podcast, on YouTube at Unrecognized Real, also on Twitter at UnR_podcast. We got a Facebook page where you can check out some of the shit on there. I think it's called Unrecognized Real. I'm not even sure. And yeah, that's about it. Y'all want to tell them to follow y'all? Find y'all? All that good stuff?
Yeah, y'all can follow me on Instagram at Aliyah Michelle Poetry. I'm also trying to get my Twitter back popping. So go follow me on there at Aliyah Michelle _.
And you can follow me on Instagram at Brother Bang Bang. Or you can just search, tell y'all to call me.
But we need to get our YouTube viewership up. So please, if you're listening, go watch the YouTube. Click on it. Like we look good sometimes, right? I'm like, look a little roughy, but definitely check out the YouTube. Like we spend a lot of our hours, mainly me, like editing the fucking video to upload the shit. So go check out the YouTube, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, and tell a friend to tell a friend.
Exactly.
Other than that, we holla at y'all.